Touchdown, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode. Touchdown, man, we back on road. Spending money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode.
Don't forget, set the bar, stick to the code.
Yo, this your boy Q Bar, and y'all already know I'm the host of the Barcode Podcast 414. Yeah, y'all see the shirt. I got to get the 414 added. But today, man, I got my brother, man. Been doing it for a long time, man. And I appreciate you, Victor Sloan, man, for coming to the podcast, bro. For real. We celebrating 12 years, bro, of the TOT tournament, man, that that's been established for a long time, man. And I know you're gonna take us down your journey, bro, and I'm excited, bro. But how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I just want to throw in there, man. It's definitely a pleasure to be on the podcast, man. I seen it from the start, and I see where you're trying to go with it, man. And I feel like right now, man, you the media for the city. You know what I mean? I salute you for that, bro.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that so much, man. And I see you got the background kind of like hooked up, man. Where you at, bro?
Sir, my boy, man, he got a team in our tournament. Rail. He got a studio, Timeless Studios. He on his second location. This one is the one downtown, next to 618, the old 618. His studio is Timeless Studios, so I'm gonna plug it. You know what I mean, for him or whatever. You know what I mean. So anybody doing music needs studio time, podcast space, any of that type of thing. Like, you know what I mean. He dealing that. So appreciate him. Shout out to Rail for that.
Man, shout out, bro. Appreciate you for letting my boy Vic pull up and do this interview, man. But after just looking at it right now, right, Vic, it's 2023, bro.
Yes, sir.
And we celebrating 12 years of the TOT tournament. Right now, because the tournament is coming soon, September 3rd. How is that making you feel right now? Like, damn, we've been doing this shit for 12 years, bro.
Man, well, honestly, man, every year around this time, I get like super duper excited for it. Like any other time, if I'm being honest with you, I'm like, man, last year was my last year. But then once, no lie to you, man, as soon as July is finished, and then, you know what I mean, that next month rolling in, I'm like, I'm starting to get, you know what I mean, get the jitters of, okay, I got to, get the DJ, I got to get the refs, so I'm in that mode right now, man. It feel like it probably, you know what it feel like, man? It feel like when y'all was upstate, man, that first game when y'all get up there, y'all in that that arena, you got the jitters, you just ready. That's how I feel every year around this time. So
yes, sir. Yeah. And of course, listen, I want to go back to the beginning, Vic, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to know, how did the whole TOT thing even come about? Like, how did it start? What year was it established? I know we said 12 years ago. A lot of people don't know they math, but tell us like the beginning, like how the whole TOT event, came about.
So honestly, man, if you ask people in my neighborhood, it'd be a little debate. But I'm gonna say it was 2011. And basically, man, how the whole event came about, man, is just basically all the guys from my neighborhood, like childhood friends of mine. We would always play basketball on Sundays, and everybody would have their teams that they kind of pretty much stayed on. So it kind of created some rivalries and stuff like that. And one day we was down in my guy Lil E neighborhood, and we was just outside, and I was like, man, it'd be dope, man, if we kind of like do this kind of like tournament style, like 2 games elimination and you out. And so what we did was we put everybody's names on a piece of paper, man. We ripped it up and put it in a hat, and that was our draft. So we put 4 captains in each team, and then we just pulled them out the hats, and we started like that, bro. Honestly, nobody was out there to watch us. It was just us, right?
Wow.
So
the homies,
it was just us, man. And then like the older people in the neighborhood, like they would come out their yards and stuff, and they'll watch a little bit. But honestly, it just started with us, and what made it start to like kind of elevate and grow. If it was like kind of one thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, when you play pickup basketball, man, and you let people call their own calls, arguments start. And so, honestly, man, that was like the small seed, man, that started it to grow because I had told them, I said, I'm not playing no more. If people calling calls and we ain't got no referees, I'm done. So that sparked the idea. So I was like, man, look, check this out. I'm gonna get some refs. And then it was like, man, well, if we got refs, you know, maybe we should get a DJ. Like, you know what I mean? So somebody could be on the mic. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, then after that, I was like, dang, well, what could we do for our people that might come out and watch? I was like, dang, maybe we could do some hot dogs and some hamburgers and some food. And then I started thinking about the little kids, you know, from the neighborhoods that looked up to us. And I was like, man, you know, one day we're going to be old and they're going to remember like these older guys did or didn't do anything for us. And so that's when I was like, man, maybe if we can get them some school supplies, you know what I mean? That'd be dope. And so it just honestly, man, it grew from people arguing and, you know what I mean? Me just thinking like we need a referee. And at that point, man, I just started kind of thinking of more and more things that would, you know, that could make it better. So
Yeah, yeah. It's
that's
funny too, Vic. You said
yeah,
like, man, I'm not playing no more, man. Y'all calling these motherfucking fouls,
yeah.
man. Like,
Hey, you know how it be, man. You know, when you let people get to calling their own fouls, man. Everything a foul. The game will go on 4 hours just off, you know, of cats arguing, man. So yeah, it grew out of something that needed to be improved, and then
mhm.
it's, you know what I mean. Gradually, more ideas start coming to it. But I do want to say this, man, because when we first started, man, like honestly, man, it was all out of brotherhood. And I honestly want to say that when the Tot Lot tournament started, it started just us wanting to keep that camaraderie, that fellowship through basketball. We grew up playing basketball, and that's how, you know, we were trying to basically see each other at least, you know, one time a year. It was like, hey, man, you know, you know, so it's always like the first week of September. So we like, man, you know, come on out there and you know, just see some old faces and stuff like that. So I do want to put it out there. Shout out to all the fellas that was around when it first started. Some ain't still around, but I just want to shout them out, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And for those that don't know, you know, Vic is from down Atkinson. You know, all these. Am I correct, right, Vic? Atkinson,
Yeah.
right?
So
Okay.
so I
Yeah,
got
for the people that don't know, Vic, let people know where the Tot Lot is located at. You
okay.
know, because it's an
So
event.
so the Tot Lot is actually one block away from Rufus King, and it's kind of a funny area, right? Because the block one block south is Capitol, and then like if you go a little bit further, it's like it turns into Atkinson, and so one block off of Atkinson is the Tot Lot. So shout out to my pops, and they always call that area over there the Triangle, which is like Capitol, Atkinson, Keith. I've been in that 53209, 53206 area my whole life. So it's in 53209, but it's right by Rufus King, man. It's right one block off of Atkinson, by maybe about 2 blocks off of Capitol. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's in the middle of a field. Um, if you didn't know any better, man, you know, 10, 15 years ago, you would have just rolled past it. It was just two baskets in the middle of a field. It looked like something off of Blue Chips when
Jeepers
everybody was
Creepers and
playing in the
shit.
barn. Yep,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, the barn.
Yep. When just in the middle of the field. So yep, it's called Gore Park now though. They when they got it remodeled, they actually named it. So it's William Gore Park, but it's in the Rufus King neighborhood. Again, like I said, one block off of Atkinson, maybe 2 blocks off of Capitol, like 20th and Atkinson, like 19th, 20th and Capitol. It's like, you know, a block off of that. So
Yeah, yeah. And even though they changed the park name, Vic,
yeah.
on the backboards at the park, it still say Tot Lot on it, correct?
Yeah, so one of the guys from the neighborhood actually designed a new park. Um, they redid it. I mean, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. So he did the design for the park. So it was essential for him, you know, because he was around even before I was up there, like since like the 1980s and all of that stuff. So he kind of was born over there. But his envision was that they can name it William Gore Park, but he wanted the Tot Lot incorporated with that, and he made sure that happened by doing the design and having that on the backboard.
Wow, look, you
All right.
learn something new every day.
Yeah,
Like that's cool. I noticed that because you know you the bro. So when you post,
yeah,
like I be looking like, oh, it got Tot Lot on there. That's
trust me.
that's cool because Well, listen, if y'all don't know, I played Warning. I don't know if it was Atkinson, but it was all my
Yeah,
Atkinson homies, Parkline League. So these the bros, man. Shout out to my dog Dub E,
yes, sir.
Vonnie, all y'all and stuff. But the first event, now throwing the event is tough as hell, right, Vic?
Sir.
When y'all threw this first event, because I know you said that you was looking for, things for kids to do,
Mhm.
music, DJ, referees, all that type of stuff. Did you have any sponsors, or was this straight out pocket, or did y'all come together, as the homies and
That's a
pitch
good
in
question.
and get it
That's a
going?
good question. So how it worked, and I want to honestly, man, I want to give this model. So honestly, man, other people can realize uh, how it can be done, right? Like I don't want to do it and just look like, be the wizard behind the curtain. And I want it to be out there because I honestly want other people to do this in their neighborhoods. You feel what I'm saying? So how it worked was I looked at like, okay, well, if each team gives, let's just say $250. I looked at the budget like that's $1,000 budget. What can we get the t-shirts for? What can we get the food for? What can we, so we just started by each team paying a team fee, and that was the budget for the whole event. Now,
Mm.
I have to put this out there because this is important as well, man. You cannot do these types of events without help, man. You can't do it without the help of the community. In my case, my mother, my father, my sisters, my brothers, they help feed people. They make plates. My sister, one of my older sisters, she runs around and do my running for me. If you got any questions, you got to talk to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. We it started with us just paying that team fee, and then I would like kind of like put the money here, put the money there. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was us paying that team fee
Yeah,
that
yeah.
funded it, but we did have help with like people bringing plates, or I'll bring a case of sodas, or whatever stuff like that. So yeah, it started with us funding it.
Okay, yeah, that's dope, man. See, and pay attention, y'all. Vic is doing this for his neighborhood. He doing it for the kids, the adults, they coming out. It's almost like, stop the violence. And
Mhm.
Vic is making it okay for you guys to do events in your neighborhood, versus, you know, being mad at each other or fighting and killing each other and all that stuff. But he's bringing his neighborhood together, and that's dope, bro. And another thing too, Vic, I really, really do appreciate you, like doing this, bro, because for those who watching, I've been asking Vic this, y'all, and he was like, I don't know, Q. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And the next question I'm gonna ask you, Vic, is
Yeah.
because this is so intimate to Vic.
Mhm.
This is teams that he put together, in his neighborhood. Why did you want to keep it so intimate with the tournament? Because you a popular person, Vic, and
Yes,
you
sir.
know a lot of people that play basketball, and I
Mhm.
know you know a lot of people that can get teams
Yes,
in.
sir.
But why did you keep it so intimate though?
So honestly, man, just to go back to what you said first was the no violence thing. I just want to tap in, then I'll go back to your question. We on 12 years, Q. We have not had one argument. Um, you got to remember, we got about 40 people playing, and they're bringing their families out and their friends out, and everybody's just is just like a melting pot of people that sometimes know each other and don't know each other, but we haven't had one incident in 12 years, and I think that is like super duper duper dope. So to answer your question, man, the reason why I try to keep it like intimate is because of the fear of what you were talking about in the beginning, which was outside people coming in and not understanding our style of basketball, right? So
Yeah.
if you, like you said, you played in leagues with us, against us sometimes, and I don't like, so
We know how
yeah, the
Atkinson can get
yeah, the
down.
reputation we had is like,
Yeah.
these bad boys or something like that. You know what I mean? And honestly, man, we was just trying to be competitive and compete on that level. And sometimes it was misunderstood, right? And so, we come in with talking. We a little aggressive, and it's funny, Q, because I remember playing in the Parkline League, and I don't care if I had 2 points. The very next game, like if I had 2 points, and then the very next week, somebody, I got him. I'm like, yeah, but you know what I mean? Because it's like I talked that
Vic
talk,
was a marker, yes, yo.
the bark, and I'm just really riling my homies up, man. But I
Yeah,
say all that to say, in the beginning, I didn't want to have issues and create problems, man, by bringing people that didn't understand that tough, hard nosed style of basketball in. But what I have done since then, though, Q, honestly, is like I allow, the people that are like kind of like captains and stuff like that to bring in who they want to bring in. They just have to understand that this event is our family, friends, people from the neighborhood, and it's no violence, man. We ain't doing the cussing each other out and stuff
yeah,
like that, man. We keeping it super all the way respectful. And honestly, if I went to somebody else's neighborhood, whether it was our park or somewhere off Center Street, I gotta respect they neighborhood, they people, and they rules and stuff like that. And I just wasn't sure if people would do that in my neighborhood. I ain't trying to say like I'm a boss, but people respect me, man. And if I say he's good, he's good. You know what I mean? Because they know
yeah,
the guy I am. They know that I'm not gonna bring anybody around disrespectful. They know I'm a stand-up dude. And so if I bring people around, I can pretty much, control things for the most part.
yeah.
But I just didn't know if I could control other people's people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I was gonna ask you that. So you allowing these captains, like, all right, bro, you can bring,
Yeah.
is it like one, two players, three players, or
No,
like how was that?
before I tried to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried to kind of police it, but then I realized that wasn't, it wasn't fair, and it wasn't gonna keep the competition of the tournament growing. So now at this point, I tell people, bring your team. You know what I mean? Um, bring who you got. Just let them know. Come in respect. Come and play hard. You know what I mean? I don't mean you can't, talk a little bit and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
just here's the thing, man. I would never let anybody in it get a team in this that I didn't know their character, because you know what I mean. That captain's character is going to carry throughout his team. So I know if Q
facts.
Bar got a team, Q Bar know like, hey man, look, we gonna come out here to win. We gonna play hard, y'all, but we gonna come in respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you're a hard nosed player, Q. Like
yeah.
but again, when you come in somebody else's home, you gotta respect the
You
rules.
gotta respect it, bro. That I'm glad you saying that, Vic. Like, I mean, it's all so easy. Like,
Yeah,
just go there, play basketball. It's gonna be a little trash talking.
yeah, for sure.
Win or lose, you can get you some barbecue. You can get a chance to win a prize.
That's right.
Like,
That's right. Your kids
and
can
you
win
can,
something.
yeah,
Uh,
you get a chance to win something,
you
man.
know
You
what,
know what I'm
Q?
saying?
I want to say this, man, because I'm a big. I wouldn't be me if I didn't say this. I'm a big advocate of um I'm a big advocate of inner city leagues and playground ball and stuff. I grew up, when I grew up, it was, at that time it was Warren. They had like blacktop and stuff like that too. But you got the best basketball when the college players would come back and play. Maybe this kid was good, but he didn't make it to college. And so now, that college dude, he get on the court and I'm finna show y'all why I'm who I am. You know what I mean? And so you
Yep.
get the best basketball, hard nosed, people talk, junk and then but people go on their way safe. And that's what you get at the top lot, man. You get hard nosed basketball, good basketball, and you go home happy with a full belly. Your kids might have won a bike,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, gift cards, stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yep. 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 Exactly. Now, as the tournament was growing, Vic,
mhm.
were anybody like reaching out, to you and your team, like, hey man, I want to donate this or, give this, or like, how was that? Did anybody reach out?
Yeah, so honestly, man, I'm big on, no matter what's going on, at the moment and stuff like that, I'm big on giving people their props. So in all honesty, the first jump that the tournament took, Victor Barnett was owner of the running. You know, I don't know what he does. I mean, I don't know the specific title at the company now, but you know, he's the guy that started the Running Rebels, and people don't know that park over there, the Running Rebels, actually started there. So I had a relationship with him growing up and stuff like that, and he's seen what I was doing, and he offered a hand. He's offered a hand before 1 year. And then, like I said, Q, it's always just been, honestly, man, the people of the community. I gotta give credit to, you know, like I said, my father, my mother, brothers and sisters, other people that's from the park, family members and stuff like that. The rescue mission, they gave us, you know, a couple years back to back, they gave us 50 book bags and stuff like that. Like I said, man, it's really a community effort, though, Q. If I got to be honest with you, more than the companies and the organizations and stuff like that, people see the turnout and then they see the work that I put in. Because you got to remember, when y'all see them pictures of me holding up trophies and I won, I'm putting this together and I'm playing as well.
And you still hooping.
Yeah. And you know, so on the days of the event, man, you wouldn't believe like how many times Vic is said up there. Vic, 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 Vic,
Yeah.
Vic, DJ, Vic, 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 we need you over. So that's how it sounds all day, right? So the people see that and they like, man, like, you know, I really like what he's doing, and so they donate, man. And I say that to say, man, sometimes the measure of a person is the people that reach out to help them. You know what I mean? Because if this was a garbage event and I was a guy that wasn't, you know what I mean, honorable in the way that I have been, people wouldn't reach out to do that, man. So I want to shout out to people again, even for coming out, Q. It's no event. They don't come out. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Every year they come out, man. So, you know, shout out to all the people that attend. Shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Man, listen, I gotta try to get back. All right, man. You know I love y'all. I don't know everybody on Atkinson, but I know enough. But this is a crazy question I'm about to ask you, Vic. All right, and I'm only asking this, Vic, because the event is growing.
Okay.
And I ain't trying to put you on the spot, but
yeah, that's all right.
With it being outside, being at a park, right?
Yep.
Are the players signing waivers?
No, and you know what, man? I think
Is that a good question, Vic? Be honest with me, bro.
That's a great question.
You feel me? Because this is your brand, right? This is your tournament, and let's say you know someone get hurt, and they try to put it on Vic.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't do that. Nah, man. I think that because, like you said, it's definitely growing. So I think at this point we haven't had. No, let me not say that. We probably had one or two people.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just saying we might have had 2 or 3 people, maybe 2 or 3 that was like actively going back to college play. But the how can I put it, man? I don't want to say the level of competition, but I want to say the stature of some of the players haven't been, you know, like this guy's going back to Duke or you know what I mean. So mostly it's guys that used to play. And, you know, they might work jobs now or they got families and stuff like that. So as of late, we've been introducing the youth to, you know, putting 1 or 2 younger players on each team and stuff like that. So there might be something we need to think about, especially with the growth, you know what I mean? And I'm sure people are going to be coming with, you know, people that might, you know, that we might have to have sign a waiver like, hey, look, we ain't responsible for, you know what I mean? Because, you know, play at your own risk type thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I have to ask that, Vic, because you know we grew up playing at the park. We know how playing at the park is. It's rough, man. So
it's rough. And so for this though, they did redo the park. So you know, I'm not big on the types of material they use, but the court is a lot softer. It's a lot more forgiving on your knees
cushion.
now. They got that cushion on there now. So
what you saying, Vic? You can dunk now?
Oh man, never, man. Like, you know, I never was a play above the rim guy, man. I played on the ground. So, you know, I always stayed on the ground. And thank God that's why I probably ain't never been hurt. You know what I mean? So I got to get up. You know what I mean? That ain't what I did. So but no, it's the court feel a lot better, man. It feel real good. And then it's 2 games. As of right now, it's 2 games to win it all, you know. So
Oh, okay. Dude, yeah, bust that down to us, Vic. Like, how is the tournament style? Because so they basically got to play 2 games in one day.
Two
Because it's a
games in
one
one day.
day. Okay.
So it's 2 games
Well,
in.
hold on. I'm sorry, Vic. Let me pause you.
Yeah.
How many teams in this tournament?
So right now, every year it's been 4 teams.
Okay.
I've been trying to upgrade it to 8, but it's been kind of tough because everybody wants to play basketball, but of course, when it's time to handle business, that's a little bit different. So I've been trying to extend it to 8, but it's 4, and so with the 4, how it goes is you don't know who you're playing. You'll find out when you get there, and then you win that first game, you're in the championship, and it's easy as that, man. And this year I've even sweetened it because I've even made it to where you still get the trophies and the MVP, crystal trophy, and all of that stuff. But I also made it to where the team can get their entry fee back. So my thing is right. You don't want to pay the money to play, just come and win.
You get your
You
money
don't
back.
lose nothing, man. You get you a jersey, some medals, some food. You know what I mean? All of that. Just come and win. You know what I mean? That's it.
Exactly. So, see, look, I knew you gave away trophies, but I didn't know. I'm thinking the trophy was just the championship trophy. So
Okay.
you give out MVP, you
Yeah.
get the championship trophies.
Yep.
Do they get medals?
Yep. You get
What
medals.
else?
We did rings. So for I think the last 2 or 3 years, there's been TOT championship rings. And so Q, this all comes from donation. I couldn't do this without the help of the people. So we
Yeah.
had so I know you probably seen like how the jerseys and stuff. So the tournament took a big jump just through
Full
donation.
set jerseys.
Yeah, full set jerseys, rings for the championship. And those are things that I can't just take full credit for. I tell people all the time, man, just to visualize it. I'm like the quarterback, right? So when the team win and the team lose, I'm who they blame. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but in those wins, you got the wide receiver, you got the tight end, you got the running back. It ain't just been me that made the look of it. I've just been the organizer. I've been the front man for it, to pushing, pushing the envelope for it to get better, coming with innovative ideas. But the people have been the reason that we've been able to do things like rings. So we did rings this year because I was giving the teams their entry fee back. Um, we didn't really do the rings because the budget was cut a little bit. So, but you get your money back. You get a top lot medal with top lot on it. We got the MVP crystal glass trophy, and so dope.
Yeah, for sure. That's all dope, man. And man, and Vic, speaking of team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You keep this tournament so intimate, right?
Yeah.
Are you handpicking family members to do the score tables, the
Okay.
barbecuing, the raffle tickets, all of that stuff? And I want to start with the barbecuing. All
Okay.
right. Did you get an uncle? Did you get a friend? Who sparked up the whole barbecuing thing for you, bro?
So, I honestly, man, originally, I had an older guy from the neighborhood, um, tell me like, "Hey, man, I got you. I'm gonna barbecue for you." And he came the day of the event and told me like right there to my face, like, "Oh yeah, man, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I got something else to do." And so I'm sitting there like, "Oh man, who can I call?" And I thought about it. I'm like, my boy Trail, man, he stay on the grill. You know what I mean? He stay, and he was coming to the tournament anyways. But I called him. I said, "Bro, my grill, man, basically just left me high and dry. I ain't got nobody." And he said, "Oh, bro, I was just sitting here on the couch anyways, waiting to come up there. I got you." Oh, appreciate you, my brother. And he came up there. He called a homie of his that we both went to school with, Juan, and they got on the grill, man, and they did their thing. But then Trail, because he played ball, so he started seeing it and wanted to play. And so now my big brother and another brother of mine's they brought the food truck out last year. They do the grilling and stuff now. So shout out big bro, both of them. Um, and you know, they get on the grill, man, and then my nieces and nephews help them like wrap the, you know, the hot dogs and burgers and stuff like that. And I got sisters passing out raffle tickets.
It's dope,
Uh,
bro.
I got and they don't, hey, and this is the crazy thing, man. They, you know, they don't charge me nothing, they don't ask me for nothing. They see the event because again, Q, like I said, they seen it at a time where I was running around doing all of this stuff and trying to play in it. So they started being like, hey man, how can I help? You know what I mean? How can I help? And like I said, again, I appreciate everybody that helped so much. Like I said, even moms, you know, she let me, I go to Sam's Club, man, and I'll put all that meat and stuff in her freezer, and you know what I mean, and then she, oh yeah, you know, no problem, son, and that, so you know, it's a team effort. But shout out to Trail on those years, man. I needed a person on the grill, man, because he stepped up and he helped me out big time, and I knew I could count on him to do it.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Damn, Vic, this so dope, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just
straight up, man.
hearing like how the fam, how
Mm-hmm,
your homies just
mm-hmm.
all a part of the event, like just
Yeah,
helping with something, even if it's the smallest thing, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But then, Vic, you are a businessman, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, you ain't even got to be a businessman for this to happen, but there's pros and cons to everything, right?
Well, I want to
Yes.
say this though.
Okay, go ahead. Talk
And
to
I
me,
don't,
Vic.
and honestly, Q, I don't give credit to that. But I, you know, my whole thing is I did schooling in business, and so sometimes that helps. Like, you know what I mean? It does help. Help me with understanding organizational skills and stuff like that. Um, but I mean, you don't have to be a business person to put an event like this together. And I want
Yeah,
people to know that because I don't want them to feel like this is not nothing they can't do. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You just have to have that. You have to have that respect in your neighborhood. Um, you have to have that respect amongst your people, and organizational skills, man, and you can get it done. So for sure, yeah. But I
that's fact.
do kind of have a business background, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. No, but that's facts what you just said, though.
yeah,
That's very true. I'm glad you said that. But it's pros and cons to everything.
yeah.
So tell us about the pros and the cons just running the whole event.
So
You know,
I start with the cons because I want to end on the pros. I don't want to sound,
end
you
on a
know,
good note. Yeah.
yeah, we end on a good note. Man, some of the cons, man, is sometimes you have to put responsibility in people's hands that one, maybe they aren't so responsible. Two, you haven't seen them in a situation where you had to depend on them, right? So last year specifically, man, I got to bring this up, and you know, and it's all love, but Q, the day of the event, I found out I didn't have no jerseys. The day of the event, when I went up to the park, I didn't have a shot clock. Now, these were all things and responsibilities that I passed out, right? And I'm knowing if I do this, it's gonna get done, right? But I'm trusting, you know, that you know somebody else can get it done, bro. And the day of the tournament, man, I'm sitting, I'm at getting a massage, man. I always try to do that before the tournament so I can be relaxed, you know, because it's, you know, so, and I, you know, the jersey's not here. I'm like, what? So I drove to Dick's Sporting Goods on Mayfair. I grabbed as many as pennies as I could. I drove to the one and this is the day of the tournament now, like an hour or two before the tournament. I run I run to the other Dick's Sporting Goods, man, and I get the jerseys, man, and me and my girl we sitting on the ground drawing numbers on the back of them, and I got up to the park, man. I'm thinking, okay, boom, I dodged that bullet, right? The clock ain't there. So yeah. So look, again, I'm big on giving people their props, man. And some of these people I've known for a long time, some for a short time. Shout out to Tyra. I don't know the name of the league that she was running, but I think her last name is Newton, I believe. Man, a call was made, and man, she shot up there in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I talked to her on the phone. I said, hey, I need you. She said, give me a second. You rushing me. And man,
That's Tyra yelling and
I
shit.
need her. I said, I need you. And me, because playing in Parkline League, we got that back and forth relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need you to get up here right now, right? So she came up there with her family and stuff, and she ran the clock for me. So I dodged those bullets, but then it was almost raining. I mean, it's all every year, man. You deal with things that could possibly set the event back. And then, man, sometimes Q, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You deal with lost friendships, man. You know, you grow up with people, and because you can't accommodate maybe what what their thought is or what they want to do. You know, sometimes you part ways and they don't, they're not no longer a part of the event. So and you gotta think, right? I got sisters, brothers, cousins, friends, and to them, their relationship with me is intimate, right? So I got
Yeah.
50 people screaming my name at one time. Vic, 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 Vic. So sometimes, man, you miss a person,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And they take it personal. And it's not personal, man. You know what I mean? It's just I'm doing 10 billion things at once. They got to think my mom and my dad up there. So if they calling my name and they can't get, you know what I mean, my full attention, it's like,
Yeah.
so that's some of the cons of it. But some of the pros, man, I'm gonna say this is I brought that situation of Tyra up, but when she brought her family, her son was able to win an Xbox. It was the Xbox I personally gave away. He was able to win a game system. I've been able to walk away with bikes, basketballs, book bags, school supplies, a full stomach. And that's important to me, Q, because I'm gonna be honest with you here. A lot of times, man, when you growing up in these neighborhoods, man, you have some unfortunate kids, man, and their parents can't buy them a bike. They can't, you know what I mean, get them $200-300 gift cards to go to Foot Locker and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, man, this stuff changes their life, man. When they get older, they remember these things, and
Yeah.
they hopefully they'll repeat it. What they seen be done and do it for other people. And then lastly, I'm gonna say this. This is like the most important thing to me. We bring the older generation and we bring the younger generation together in one place. And it's respect, right? You know how a lot of times older people are always these young people, they don't listen to nobody. We
They
ain't
don't listen, man. They don't know what's going on.
Now we're not doing that up there. Like, you know what I mean? We actually had for the last 2 years, a lady out of the community. She came and she said a prayer. Now, when I was younger, she would always come out and come to the park, and we'd be like, "Ah, man, here she go." But we always gave her respect, right? And so
Yeah.
now I've tried to make that an integral part before we start the tournament. Her prayer over the tournament. And shout out to her. I hate that I don't know her name, but I went to school with her daughter, so I'll say Rachel's mom. So she
Okay.
comes out to the park and she definitely she gives that prayer, man. It's maybe that's probably one of the reasons we have good years, right?
Yeah, that's good, dog. Man, dog, Vic, this so cold.
Yeah,
I ain't capping. I done told you this over the phone. Like, bro, this cold, bro. Like,
appreciate that.
just damn, Vic. I'm proud of you, dog. And another thing too, Vic. We all lose friendships and stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How did that make you feel though?
Oh, yeah,
Damn, bro, I'm falling out with friends that I played, I hoop with at this park.
yeah.
And we kind of got this thing going and
Well,
like,
not
come
even.
on.
And guess what, man? Not even just friends, mentors, right? I told you,
Yeah.
or the corporations and stuff. I mean, companies and stuff were a part of helping. Man, for a while, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It made me, it honestly made me feel like, kind of misunderstood, right? I'm like, man, come on, man. Y'all know I wouldn't, da da da, bro. I just can't accommodate that, right? And but what I started learning is Q, you got to be built for this, bro. Like you can't like
Facts.
I'm saying this can be done, but it can't be done by anybody. You got to be built for this. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be built for. I've learned in this time that I'm a very strong individual mentally, and you have to be that, man, because you can't please everybody, man. You can't, you can't make everybody's thought come to life and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, of course, it made me feel at the time like, dang, like misunderstood. Like, bro, why would you think I would, and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is, man. Sometimes you got to be the bad guy. When Kobe Bryant took the last shot, he wasn't worried about, with Derek Fisher. This is my job, man. This is what
Man,
I
give
got
me
to
the
do.
damn ball. I'm shooting this motherfucker.
I'm shooting it. You know what I mean? I'm Kobe, and so
Yeah, yeah.
I always try to pass the credit off for me. And people always like, nah, man, you gotta. So I'm gonna get a credit this time to myself is that I'm gonna say I gotta do my job, man, and I feel
Yeah.
like I do it well. You know what I
You
mean?
gotta do your
I feel like I
job,
do
bro.
it well, man. I gotta do the job. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Vic, I follow you on social media, right?
Okay.
And like I stated earlier today, that your top line tournament is very, very intimate, right?
Yeah.
But I see you kind of like opened up just a little bit and kind of like inviting, like, okay, you can get a team. Okay, you can get a team. Are you aiming for 6 or 8 still?
I'm
You know what
still
I'm saying?
well. I feel like for the style of the tournament, because you go from 8 to 4 to 2, I still feel like 8 is just easier to do. But again, when you do that, man, you got to think, Q. That's more refs. That's more, so growing it like that, it's easier said than done. But my goal is to get 8. Like my goal is to get
Okay.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do 8 though, Vic. You like whatever, teams are in it, that's
Yeah.
more kids coming out, that's more
Sure.
families coming out,
Sure.
people that they know. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? Can you just imagine if I got a team? Like,
Yeah.
people pulling up. You feel me?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. And then think about it, right? Q. Look who at the end of the day, bro. Look at the people that you gonna pull up with, man. It's some people's favorite basketball players from a while, a long time ago. You might pull up with Lil Billy, you know what I mean. You might pull up with some of your Vincent alum, you know what I
yeah.
mean, or you know what I mean, some other cats that we grew up with playing and stuff like that. So it brings if you did get a team and a team, Barcode Podcast. I mean,
Oh,
it makes it a more. And then another thing is that area, man. It's so wide open. Nobody's
yeah.
on top of each other, right? You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about crowding, seating, stuff like that. So the space definitely holds for that. So
Okay. Okay. 2 things I want to know. All right, with it growing. And I know that it started outside. Have it been any thought to like, you know what? I could take this to the gym. Have you
mm.
ever thought about that?
so truthfully, yes. But the reason I thought about that was because sometimes, man, you deal with the elements, right? You deal with rain, and thank God we've never really had that situation happen. But yeah, that thought has crossed my mind. But I just think that it kind of takes away from the essence of
Ah, yeah.
you know what I mean, that park feel. I'm telling you, man, you gotta. It's funny, Q, to see it online and stuff like that. It's like it's dope, but man, to be out there,
To
that's
be
different.
out there.
And I can tell you this, and I can promise you this. Cats, oh man, I'll get out there and kill. It ain't
It
what you.
ain't sweet.
No, that sun is beaming down on you, man, and you look, you know what I mean, and it's rough out there. It ain't what you think it is, and I'm not saying that nobody can come and be successful. I'm just saying I think it's a little tougher on that pavement than people think it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt, no doubt. Now I'm gonna ask you this, Vic, because I'm geek every time
Yeah,
I do something. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
Do you still have that feeling now that we older
Ah,
when the tot lock come around and you about to play?
yeah.
Do you still get that excitement? Like, I got my people watching me, man. You know what I'm saying? You
Of
get
course.
that?
So I'm gonna tell you this, man. To everybody, somebody's a somebody and somebody's a nobody. But I'm gonna tell you this: in that neighborhood, in that area, man, like I'm one of the ones that brought the. When I was a kid, I brought that pain on that court. You know what I mean? Especially up there. So I got my nephew. He like 21. He think he I ain't gonna say think, man. He remind me of me a lot. He bark. He got the nice handle. He jumped way higher than I did, but you got people like him that's coming at my head, right? And then you got people that's telling me like, "Oh, hang it up, you done." So yeah, like
They
so,
got you OG style now.
yeah. So, and I'll be like, "Nah, we ain't going for none of that." You know what I mean? So yeah, of course, I definitely get excited to still play, man. Basketball uh, was a escape for me younger, man. Just like being able to go to that park and being able to play and compete and get that aggression out. in a positive way. So I still use basketball as that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get super excited to play, man. I'll be like, man, you know, I sometimes I wish I ain't had to do so much so I can prepare a little bit more for, you know what I mean, for it physically, right?
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna try to drop the gems too much on y'all, but Vic have been hooping three times a week, y'all. He coming for y'all asses.
Yeah, I've been at the wild a little bit, man. I actually, man, I dropped about 17, 18 pounds, man. So I've been on it, but you know, yeah, I've been playing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Now, Vic, we all know that Vic love the kids. Q
yes,
Bar
sir.
love the kids too.
Mm-hmm.
You ever thought about having like a mini tournament for the kids for the top lot?
Yeah, a few years back, man, we were doing like oh man, oh man, I wish you would have been there for that. But we had a super dope two ball competition, man. Where a young kid, I can't remember his name, but his name is Nick. He went to Whitnell. But
Okay.
the young white kid, man, him and his buddy, they came out there, they beat some adult guys, and it was super dope. So we would have like free throw contests, skills challenges for the kids and stuff. But again, working on that limited budget that I've been working on and stuff like that, and we don't want the kids to have to pay anything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just working on that limited budget has been kind of hard to have them a game because obviously you need more refs, you need more shirts and stuff like that. But that is the goal. The goal is to make this an all-day event with the kids having a game, or maybe even a tournament style, like starting earlier in the day, and then when the afternoon comes, that'll be the adults and you know what I mean and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And for anybody who watching this, man, if you can be, if you can donate, if you can be a sponsor, you know, Vic doing something positive in the community, in his neighborhood. Come on, man. We got to stick together. Reach out to me, reach out to Vic. Let's get this popping. You know what I'm saying?
And
Stop
one
playing.
thing for me, man, is that my everybody that donate, man, they understand that you know I'm a super honorable dude when it comes to the donations, man. You know the money goes to the children, to the community, and to run the event. Um, we not we not we not asking, but we are welcome. We welcome the donations, I should say. Um, because that's how you keep these events running. And if you can't donate to me, hey, just do it in your neighborhood. That's a win for me too. Do the same event I'm doing in your neighborhood.
And a few more things too, Vic, before I let you go, man. One, I want to ask this, man. You know, I don't like to think ahead, but
Mm-hmm.
you're doing something so positive. I want to know where, like, your mind is. Where do you see Tyler in 5 years, man?
Oh man, you mean the tournament?
Yeah, just the tournament in the whole, like you
Oh
know how you just had that vision. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't thought this, Vic, but I know you understand. But like in 5 years, like somebody asked me that, where you see the Barcode podcast at in 5 years? I'm like, shit. I don't know, like, because I'm going with the flow. But I don't know if you had like a vision, like a 5 year vision for the top lot.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Q, and because my thing is I always like to be honest and give people the truth. It's hard, you know, it's hard work doing this. So year after year, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Every year I'll be like, all right, this is my last year. But shout out to I gotta shout him out and shout out to Byron Jordan, man. He's good friends with Trail, and he was talking to Trail one day, and they three-wayed me, right? And I was like, I'm done. This was just this year, Q. So I was like, I'm done. I'm done with the tournament, man. They ungrateful, man. I went and bought the jerseys and he said, Vic, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth it. You know, that's how you know it's worth it, man. Like, you know, all the things that you go through. And so I'm gonna tell you the truth, he put a battery in my back for this year. So every year, man, I'm almost kind of like, I need somebody else to take over. But I say that to say, where I see it in 5 years, man, it's just being around, man. As long as it's around and it's still happening, that's a win for me. I like to go watch all county basketball because that's a different, you know, it's a different feel and it's a different brand of basketball. So I'm not really trying to compete with nothing anybody else is doing. I'm a fan of what everybody else is doing. If my event is still around, that's a plus for me, man.
Yeah. That's dope. And shout out to Cuz too, man. If y'all don't know who Byron is, man, he's
Yeah,
bald head with all the tattoos. We call him Birdman. Yeah,
yeah.
that's Cuz.
Yeah,
Shout out to Cuz.
shout out to B, and I'm gonna keep it real. I needed that at the time. Like me and Byron, we don't talk on the phone all the time and stuff like that. We know each other through basketball and through the city and stuff. But he gave me a word of encouragement, man. Is part of the reason that the event going down this year. For sure.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just wanted to shout him out for that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I know the event. If you want to just tell everyone, like, because it may be somebody that's watching that may not know about the tournament or whatever. If you want to just let those know who don't know where the tournament at, the time,
Yeah.
the day, all that information. If you can tell them that, Vic, man, that'd be great, man. Because man, I want people to pull up, man, and the type of prize their kids can win and stuff.
Man, like we this year, man, we got some pretty sizable donations for the kids and stuff like that. So like I said, we got gift cards, nice gift cards, and bikes and stuff. So yeah, like you said, come out. But it's September 3rd. It's from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And it's at William Gore Park. Now, sometimes when you try to pull that up, you can't find it. So if you can't find it, man, it's just Rufus King neighborhood, 1 block away from Rufus King, 1 block off Atkinson, 1 block off Capitol. So, I know that's kind of 20th and Olive is kind of what they say, but if you pull it up and type that in, you ain't gonna find it. But Rufus, 1 block away from Rufus King, man. If you're familiar with the city, So 1 block off of Atkinson, 1 block off of Capitol. We welcome everybody, man. Just come in peace, come in respect and love, man, and you're gonna be greeted the same way for sure.
Yes, 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 yes. For real, for real. Yes. So last question, Vic, man. Because you doing, like I said, you doing something, for the kids in your community. And we know how important, it is to, take care of our kids and be there for our kids, man. Because you're doing something special, Vic. You got families in your neighborhood coming out, they feel a part of something. You know what I'm saying? So the thing I'm gonna ask you, man, is you grew up in the inner city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right?
Right.
What advice do you have to tell all our kids that's growing up, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, bro?
That's a tough question right there. Man, I would say education is the key. And when I say education is the key, Q, again, I like to be honest. So I'm not necessarily always just talking about what's necessarily in the school books. I just tell kids, I want to tell kids, man, educate yourself on what it is that you want to do in life. So if you like cars and you want to be an auto mechanic, educate yourself on that. If you want to be, the next YouTube star, educate yourself on that. Having dreams without the knowledge and the proper steps, you know what I mean? You find yourself stagnant. So if I could tell them anything, is just educate yourself. That was kind of a big thing for me, man. I came up in these same neighborhoods, like I said, 53206, 53209. I've been in that area my whole life. And I understand what it's like to have a brain, to be kind of, smart, but not have an outlet. But the world is so open now because of the internet, because of YouTube. Anything you want to do, so I would just say, man, trade some of that time that you're on social media to using those platforms and those things to learn. You know what I mean? Continue to be open to learn. Be open to learn. Don't just think of somebody older that they don't know what's going on. Just be open to learn. If I could say anything, be open to learn and continue to learn.
Yeah, that's facts, man. But there y'all have it. Y'all got my bro, man, Victor Sloan, man, aka Vic, man. Oh my God, man. Celebrating 12 years, man, of the TOT tournament, man.
And I wouldn't did this for nobody but you, Q. So man,
I know, man. Thank you, bro. We're coming to the Barcode Podcast 414.
Yes,
For real, man. You my bro, Vic, bro. This is gonna be a good one, bro.
Yes,
I love it, bro. I appreciate it, bro. For real, that means a lot to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to come to my platform and do this, bro. And you did because of what you said earlier. Respect.
Yes, sir.
We've been knowing each other for a long time, so you respect me and I respect you, bro. And I really, really do appreciate you, dude. And I'm gonna give another shout out to my boy Don Trail Terry, because he talked to you too. Like, man, I think you should do it, bro. And then shout out to your other guy who said,
He said,
Man, Vic, I think you should do it. So shout
"You
out
got
to
a
both of
story to
y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, yeah. But last thing before we go though, man, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to the Barcode Podcast 414.
Please
And the
do that.
most important thing, y'all, set the bar and stick to the code. Q Bar and Vic, we out, man.
Yeah.
Love, baby.